Hey guys, Chris here. So I want to show you a really effective exercise for your posterior chain. I don't know if you've got one of these in your gym, but I often see people use these for abs. It's not actually an ab exercise. What it is a glute ham exercise and lower back exercise. So we can actually, depending on how we set this up, we can utilize this exercise or this piece of kit for two different functions. So if we're thinking about what we're doing in relation to recruiting the hamstrings and also the glutes. So essentially the glutes are going to help us extend the hip. That's the role of the glutes. The role of the hamstrings is to help in hip extension and also flexion of the knee. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the first exercise, which is going to allow us to observe the function of the glutes and the hamstrings. In the second video, I'm going to show you how we can alter this exercise to observe the function of your lower back musculature. So things like your spinal erectors, also like your glutes, and also like deeper lying muscles like multifidus. So this can give you a two-pronged arsenal to your exercise selection for your training, and also in terms of ensuring that the posterior chain is just as strong as the anterior chain, and this can be another tool in your toolbox. So let's set it up for glutes and hamstrings. So the first thing that we're going to do is ensure that obviously our heels are tucked firmly under the pad. Okay, then all we're going to do is straighten the legs out. So we want to keep our scapula retracted, so our shoulder blades locked back. We want a nice neutral spine. We want a slight bend in the knees. So a slight bend in the knees and pushing the hips forward. So in this position, Andy, if you just want to pan around just a little bit. So in this position, then what we're allowing ourselves to do is to create tension, first and foremost, where we want it, which is going to be through the hamstrings and then in the top range through the glutes. So as we're going down into the eccentric portion, we're ensuring that we're thinking about where we're able to keep tension. So for me, this is probably where I can keep the most tension through my hamstrings, so that as I drive into the concentric portion, and by driving, what I mean is I'm pushing my hips down and forward into the pad, then I'm able to fully contract my glutes in the top position, and then in this position I'm able to now stabilize, brace my core, perform a rep optimally. Now, what I see most people do who are trying to do a glute ham raise, they do this. So you're creating momentum, you're using your body weight. The tension on your glutes and your hamstrings is fairly minimal. So remember, in order to get the most out of any exercise, we want to minimize momentum, maximize tension. That's a glute ham raise that you can throw in to your exercise selection.